again to those of you who are using yoga to help maintain a healthy spine. So in a previous video, I showed how to do traction, alternate knee traction with one belt. This time I'm going to show you the next step of using 2 belts. So we're going to start the same way. I'll go through it briefly. Where you have a big loop around the left foot and then around the top of the right thigh. And you find that place where when you pull the knee in, you feel like you can get a little bit of traction. So I'm just going to tighten it a tiny bit, and I can get that little traction, keeping the belly flat and extending the spine the opposite way. And then once the body's accepted that, then we can go ahead and add a second belt around the top foot. Now it depends. You can put it in different places on the foot. If your back has been bothering you, I recommend you put it closer to the ankle bone so you have contact with the bone of your leg. And then extend through the heel, open the back of the knee completely. So just work on that. Your leg may be way down here, and that's okay. Just see what you can do to open the back of the knee and deep breathe. And then again, you still have that traction. So you want to think of elongating your spine right on the floor. And then you can hold both belts in your right hand. You can go just a little bit. Don't go all the way out. Go as far out as you can without disturbing the other hip and keeping the clock face of the pelvis on the floor. So I've talked about that in my book and in my courses with Yoga U. But you want to keep this clock face even on the floor, and then I can switch hands and go across the body any amount. So I've got that little bit of traction. So the belt is helping educate the muscles of my hips and my thighs to elongate, to create freedom where the hips might be really tight and the muscles may be compensating or in spasm. You can even add an abdominal curl and then back down. And we're going to change legs. So I'm going to keep this bottom belt exactly the same. Just switch feet. So this is my indicator now, which side is tighter, which side is looser, which side opens more easily, which side takes longer. And that helps me to find equanimity between the left and right sides. And then I see if I can straighten the knee all together. You can bend it a little bit, straighten it a little bit, find that good extension in the knee. Really open the back of the knee. Often students think their knee is straight when it looks like this. So if you look at your kneecap and you see that the top of the kneecap is closer to your chest than the bottom of the kneecap, your knee's bent. So open the back of the knee. Get the top of the kneecap really tight in. There is a caution out there with people about hyperextending their knee. Don't worry about it so much in this position unless you're really an extreme hyperextender, right? Because there's no weight bearing. It's an open chain. There's no weight bearing. And again, I can come out to the side just as far as I can without letting the other hip come up. So I'm using, there's tension in that bottom foot. It's not passive. The bottom leg is really reaching. As I go out and come back in, and then I'll switch. Oh, this side's tighter. I can't go as far. Oh my. Good to know. I know where my work is. I have my work cut out for me. Again, a stomach curl. And then release both belts. Feel your spine. Feel the release of those hips. And come back up to sitting. So we all have our work cut out for us. Hips get stiff over and over again, especially as we age. So it's good to keep some flexibility in the hips. And again, if you've had low back conditions, this type of traction is really helpful to open things up. So thank you for watching, and many blessings. Namaste.